Well, I just got off the slave. Just got off of work. Stressful long night, but I wanted to talk about. I want to address this thing with Akon saying that slavery was a long time ago. Black people should stop living in the past. We should get over it. He said his people, they don't think about it. The only time they think about it is when they visit Goree Island, which is an island they chose to preserve for people to come and see the horrors of slavery. It was like the last stop before you would get put on a slave ship going to the New World. Number one thing is they don't have to think about slavery, and they can move forward and look for it because their people were never slaves. Their Akon's people are the people that sold what you would call black Americans, Negroes, are the real Jews to um, the Europeans. And he kind of laughed about it. Vlad brought it out that we our last names is Smith and Johnson and Jackson, and he laughed at it. It's because he doesn't have that stigma in the back of his mind that his people were slaves, and like they said, he can trace his lineage and he can go back. He knows who we are. He knows who he is. Black people, you don't know who you are. We don't know who we are. Our memory and our heritage, our lineage has literally been wiped clean. The slate has been wiped clean, and our identity is stolen. It's gone. We don't have an identity, but he does, and I argue this up and down with people all the time. Is like, with black people, you have to understand all black people are not the same. We All black people don't stem from the same lineage, and just because you got dark skin or quote unquote melanated doesn't mean you're the same people. And black people in America, we're so simple. We think that's something that binds us together when it really isn't. It's never been in the history of the world that um, people got along. And mind you, all nations were black, were dark skinned. It's never been a time when they all got along based on skin color, based on the fact that they all dark skinned nations. You know, people had different gods, different cultures, you know, different nationalities. And so somebody like Akon doesn't feel, he could never feel what you in the ghetto feel, what a black man or a black woman feel, the generational trauma from slavery, the psychological effect from slavery, and how you move in America and you move in the world and how people treat you psychologically. It don't even, the racism ain't even have to be up front. That there's a certain way that they treat us. You get what I'm saying? So that stigma of our history and who we are is not something that you can just forget. You can't just forget 240 years of slavery, 400 years of oppression. You can't just forget that. That's not something that you say, okay, I'm just going to move on and try to realize my dreams. Now, what I will say is black people in their ignorance do strive, to get the bag and have success and, make money and have the American dream. But for the vast majority of black people, that dream or that mindset is not something that is manifested in most black people, the majority of black people. Like, you can take the majority of black people, like the people that black people look at as celebrities and people on magazines and television, and those people are not even the richest people that represent black people, but the billionaires and the millionaires make are less than 1% of all black people in America. So it's just a misconception that black people are actually, got a foot up in this society and doing good. And it's just a misconception based on social media, based on television, based on movies, and based on magazines. The thing about it is Akon made all of his money off of black people. And you know what Akon did? He took his millions, his fortune that he made, and he went back to his country and took care of his people. He went and did something for his people. The cold part is that in our ignorance, black people, our people that are successful and gain these fortunes, they go to Africa also and build schools and do things in Africa and fly right over the ghetto and skip the ghetto where their brothers and sisters is struggling and trying to survive every day in poverty and living horrible lives. They skip their own people and go to another people. Those people ain't our people, but they will welcome you because they look at you as a money sign. Like he said, come to Africa. An article came out about the return to Ghana. A lot of people got on me about that, about with the video I made about the return to Ghana, right? The year of return. And the article came out that they said it was about, stimulating the economy, which is what I said. I said that. You know what I'm saying? I said that, and then now, wow, they come out with it and say it was about getting, wealthier black Americans to move to Ghana to stimulate the economy. And that's what I had said. So we get it confused with people welcoming us as, we're them or they accept us, they love us. And it's a bigger picture. In Akon, he ate off of black people. He ate and he went back and he took care of his people, which I'm not even faulting him. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take care of your people. The problem is with our people, we don't see the game that be getting ran on us. We don't see the game. Like every nation looks at us as a dollar sign and they run game. Not only that, Akon, I think he got like 6, 7 wives. He said all of his wives are from America. They black women. He didn't get no women from his people. He didn't get Singhalese women as his wives. He got our women, right? The most beautiful women. He got our women. He didn't get his own the women from his own people. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, like, forget about slavery. I'll never forget about slavery, man. I'll always live in the past. They used to run this thing on television where it said if you I think it said something like the more you know what I'm saying? And we all know the saying, if you forget the past, you're bound to repeat the past, right? I'm not really worried about that. I'm worried about, keeping the legacy and the memory of my foremothers and forefathers intact. I'm not ashamed of my history, and I understand why my history is what it is. It's not because, my people were inferior, you know what I'm saying? It's actually because my people are superior. But at the same time, my people love to be gamed up. We can be gamed up very easily. And, right here with this interview with Akon, you see that he came here and he ate off of black people, and he doesn't feel any qualms or any pain about slavery because his people didn't go through slavery. His people were the enslavers. You know what I'm saying? So with that, this is Black Authentic Truth.